Spelled it wrong. Title of the game shows you how little I know about this game, but I love a good scary game. And I've heard good things about this one. Let's give it a shot. As always, gotta play within the dark. Let's see. That looks good. Game, yeah, let's do it. Alright. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War. Memories. Liquor is now a private detective. Okay. Oh. I have to find a case or I lose my license as a private detective. Alright. So I'm going to warn you. There are times where I don't have a clue what's going on in a game like this. And there may be some confusion. But I know nothing about this. I feel like I heard maybe it was based on a book. Alright, Enter the Madness. Let's do it. It is mercy. Because man, his callousness can remain sane to babies. That sounds a little scary by itself. Oh. Come on. Come on. Get on up. It's just some giant octopus intestines or something. Ooh, we're gonna have to mess with that. Yeah, we are inverting. I know. Oh, cancel. No, I want to apply. Yes. I know. Friends don't let friends play. Lots of octopuses. What the hell? Apparently we got some shark guts. Someone has a shark fetish. Or a taste for the other white meat. What we got here? Oh, I can do something there. Oh. Good thing that it was able to tell me that I can't open a locked lock. Oh, geez. Ooh, hello. Oh, this says I need a lamp. Good thing we got one. Ho-ho! Bolt cutter. Those chains are no match for me. Oh, seriously? Gotta hit a button to open the door.
Hold along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Now, I'm wondering kind of how we got here. Okay, so that one. Oh, what do we have here? Can't do anything.
What a putrid offering.
Apparently all these orcas and sharks were insufficient for whatever is going on here.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
So we're gonna have to run. Open sesame. Oh.
Everything has already been written.
Ooh.
But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
It's gonna be hard to shoot octopus man with no eyes. Time to wake up.
I hate whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Well, apparently these aren't helping with the nightmares, that's for sure. Let's see, I think that was the button I was supposed to... Alright. So, after the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed. I should probably get rid of these empty bottles, but the place is mine for the moment. And here. You're gonna let me look at those books?
I used to be an avid reader.
Oh, okay.
The Wentworth Agency
Apparently
doesn't
you-
attract top-notch cases.
What do we got in this one?
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left. Kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Apparently, I don't need to open this.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case. When you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against and don't need to look at that.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Hey, quiet.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Ooh. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams. But they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Your nightmares. Ooh. Yeah, let's have a drink. Oh, whoops. Let's see. Hopefully that calms my nerves.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr.
That would
Pierce.
be me.
I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Oh, what? Ooh, I have physical power. Spot him. I probably need this one. Oh, jeez. feel like investigation. Let's do it. Oh, I get a lot? There we go. Probably need a little bit of that. Let's do it. What the heck? I got no clue what I'm doing.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
Please do.
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Oh, they caught
Work
me.
is scarce.
Sleeping on the job.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, you still...
Yeah, boring conversation anyway.
I'm coming.
Luke, we're about to have company.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You guessed wrong.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it
I'd
means
say
you're desperate.
deadbeats and inebriates.
Nobody
I think the
believes
game's
me.
over.
They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her.
Okay.
She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
Well, everyone knows
The police
her work.
accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof,
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this
painting?
painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Oh, crap. Sounds like I proportioned those points incorrectly after that.
what am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you got.
Alright, look.
The
I've
painting.
looked.
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Oh, I guess we're looking over here first. Man. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy. Oh, I already... Strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins. A short while before her tragic death in the center, found it just before the artist died. Or after. He's convinced that she's the center. Brought me the painting so I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who had died in a fire alongside her family. I must examine the documents he compiled to order, in order to know more about the case.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
It says the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Signed. Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Take the pain lightly.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago
I
that I
wouldn't guess
received the
that.
call from the police telling me of my daughter's
I'm
death.
no art.
And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston.
Just to know
Sarah
where we're
lived there
going.
with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
You got it, boss.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
No, it is
I am
not.
aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that.
She's
She
seen
never would have
stuff.
hurt a fly. She only
I think we know what
thought
that
she
picture
saw
means
things.
now.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down.
Anything. You
I'm on
say.
your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death,
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
which you don't totally...
Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Well,
Something's
thank you.
queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Maybe I'll have one more drink.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some... Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it.
Boston.
According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribe. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still remains in the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts. Alright.
All I have to do is go to the port. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Well, let's go to the port. Oh. That's probably good to have. Oh. I learned a bit about medicine. Time to get on a boat. Probably. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting on the shipping label and address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Looks like we're checking out a warehouse. I tell you, not too scary yet, but I guess we're not quite in the house or the warehouse. Taking a little bit of time. There we go. Come on. Game sure takes a little while to load, but I guess I can't complain, being that it was free 99. Bingo. Bingo. Enter the madness. You almost have some hope when it comes to music like that. Oh no, got creepy. Oh, cyanide sweetheart. What a name. Sounds dead.
We're almost there.
So far, I'd say this game almost makes me think a little bit of Myst. If you recall playing that like 20-something years ago. I never could figure out. There's a little bit too much thought going into it. But the exploration and the kind of investigating make me think of this.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
Well, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does
Said
the
I wanted
Hawkins
to
case
follow
mean
you.
anything to you?
A sad story. We would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell
Well,
may
don't
not be
mind if I
very
do.
welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Oh, am I? Thought I was on the docks.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
Seen how old this thing is?
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Should we be blunt?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not
private.
very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You didn't
It's a
answer the question.
sign.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They
Shyster.
can't understand. Damn stupid idiots.
Alright, we'll go back. Let's go have a drink.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Open. Well, thank you.
Hey, be
My
careful.
kind of guy. My kind of gal.
Let's get him another drink.
Let's try. In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw it just like me. That bum deserved a lesson.
Yeah, but he's a regular, and you're not.
I can see that you and I are off to a bad start. I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Fair, fair.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Well, that was a swing and a miss.
What can you tell me about it?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
That is true.
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
That's
Anything
enough of that,
else?
Sarah. Well, yes.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Let's go back.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams.
I already
sort
hear
of
noise of those dingoes
Screams.
singing over there.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Let's try
Captain
one more
Fitzroy
time
told me
on
about a
her.
little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came...
Oh, come on.
No
Drinking
luck.
anything else?
That'll be all for now.
I'll leave. Oh, that was a mistake. Hello, good sirs.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
He'd given up hope the crew this sailor, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater Port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch of the great vessel had on board, of a size that went beyond the formidable toothed whales. The crustacean that has already been called the miraculous catch. The whole deck and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutrients. There's no doubt that the immense size of the whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June. For fishing, workshop, or storage activities, you can contact him via favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil. Don't hesitate.
And the doctor.
Thank you.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Okay, crazy.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got. That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
night, stranger.
So long.
Stranger danger. Alright, let's talk to the chick.
What you looking at, stranger?
You're the one.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Okay, point taken. Oh, this place is a bit of a drag. Maybe we'll come back later. But maybe not. I'll take my business elsewhere. Where's that? A big,
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
I've brought
Howdy.
out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. We want this information hidden.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Kat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat. Meow. Anything on the back? No. Well, good thing we have that. It's gonna be useful. What else do we have going on in this place? Ooh. Alright, getting better with my medicine. Good thing with all that corona running around.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Captain Fitzroy. Okay,
What a
so
macabre souvenir.
Don't wanna take a tumble.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
That's okay.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the Stranded Whale.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36.
All right.
Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
No.
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Yeah, right. Let's take this guy. Oh, maybe not. Oh, thank goodness they finally moved.
Damn stupid idiots.
Rude.
Forget it. Nobody listens.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand. You're
You
not
got it.
sailors.
But I'm going
It's
there
a
anyway,
sign.
dude.
There's something coming.
Who's this?
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
The badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay. Spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. Then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are
That must be
others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
Who are they?
Sorry. I really can't talk about them.
Looks like I'll find out from someone else. Maybe this drunk? Nope, you're not chatty. Oh, look at you fishing. Not sure I'd want some fish from there.
Damnation. I broke it. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Should have put more points into the padlock. Oh, okay. See?
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's
Like
irrelevant.
these two have had
That's what
something
you
over at
think.
the
There's
the
you,
coast of the whale
our
or whatever
beloved
they call it,
statue, and
stranded
then
in.
those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue. Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us. What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum. They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder? They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors. If only they would kill each other.
Yikes.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing. Nothing at all.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here. Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here. So we drink.
That statue represents your local saint.
That's the sad
What do you
part.
mean by local, exactly? You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do. St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where
That's
we
a house.
live. Our boat.
Sorry,
It's
dude.
not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
For sure.
Come on, you can tell me.
No,
Who's this guy?
no idea. You better keep... What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Okay.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
What happened to the statue of St. Brendan? Dreadful.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Good question.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope you had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Well, I don't think that did me much good. Try this investigation again.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks.
Don't talk too much,
Go die
huh?
of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked to.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
What's with you wandering?
We saw you. Go die.
I bid you gentlemen farewell. If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Oh, yeah?
Where the heck?
He's gonna get us into trouble.
Oh, maybe we go this way. Didn't even know this was open.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. If you want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave. It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
What do you think?
I could use this old winch to lift.
Where the heck is this thing?
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Can you say Bringo? Apparently, I don't know how this thing works.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
That's pretty cool. I figured I'd need something like that. Oh.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch. This handle will be perfect for the winch. Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Well, that stinks. Alright, we are going to save here. And we will continue this game next time. Figure out what you're supposed to be doing in Call of Cthulu.